contribution to Indian cinema. I, of course, have Nalin Singh, film director, joining me on the broadcast. Nalin, we've been sharing this really disturbing and heartbreaking news since morning with NewsX viewers. Dharmendraji has passed away. What would you like to say?
It's the end of an era. It's an end of an era. Dharmendraji represented the era of actors where actors were not going to the gym. They were hardly bothered as to what they are eating, and yet he could maintain such a wonderful, I would say, handsome personality. He was called He-Man of the industry. So he comes from that era, and such a charming smile, and what a versatile actor he was. Uh, Even after these times when he was 70s, 80s, he made a comeback, and for an actor, it's very important because when you are at your peak, you have a lot of your fans are there, the people love you and recognize you, but as an actor, you always want to act more. So the second comeback of his films, if you watched Apne Apne or the other films that he did, he was equally very popular with the audience. So a person who's coming from the villages of Punjab, going to the industry, making his mark there, was a superstar. He had a great chemistry with Amitabh Bachchan. How could you miss Sholay, the movie? So I would truly say it's very tragic. It's the end of an era, and his fans are deeply, very sad about it.
You know, Nalin, that's a very interesting point that you've raised there. You know, we're, of course, in the era of nepotism. And, of course, these actors like Dharmendraji made it on their own right from scratch. And then they achieved that kind of stature in their lives. It's absolutely unbelievable. And that must be really discussed. But, you know, his films that perhaps our parents have seen, you know, that released in their times in the 70s, Sholay and Mera Gaon Mera Desh, Yadon Ki Barat, etc. Now, these are films of the 70s, but, you know, when you come to the most recent films that he acted in, you know, like perhaps Rocky or Rani Ki Prem Kahani, you know, that film was so iconic in itself. But then, you know, Dharmendraji's acting was praised so much because he put in 100% even at this age. So what would you like to say for that?
I used to see him inside, very popular television programs where he was romancing with his heroines of his era, and probably he might have some problems in the movement because obviously 80 plus, and that was his age. But when it came to acting, he was equally. I mean, it was like okay, this person is doing it he's doing so real in front of the camera. So that was a look. I'll say, today he's passed away. If you look towards a journey, look, everyone comes to this world. Everyone lives a life, and everyone has to go. At a time, when it comes, you have to leave this world. But if you see Dharmendraji's life journey, here comes a man, who was born, made a mark, lived amongst the thousands of hearts of his audience, and then he passes away. So salute to you, sir. What a remarkable journey you had. So जिंदगी तो सभी जीते हैं, लेकिन धर्मेंद्र जी जैसी जिंदगी भगवान बहुत कम लोग को देती है.
Absolutely, Nalin, and Dharmendraji, of course, will continue to live on in our hearts forever. And I'd like to thank you for joining me on the broadcast. And with that, we're slipping into a short commercial break. I'll see you on the other side.